just saying, Simon, that you wanted that pawn.
You pay attention to what I say, Fiona. I like that. What were you saying? Well, I wanted that pawn back on h2 because it looks so dangerous. Is only 4 has been played, and immediately black could win back some material, but instead he goes queen h5, and the white king is naked. And whoever said Hikaru looks cool and collected, he does not look cool and collected. I think he needs a change of underwear there. He is not happy. He's maybe trying to keep his poker face. The only problem, box time getting very short. We have a couple more moves. Rook g2, queen takes h4, check. And there is a problem here, I guess, with the move rook to h2. Why not rook h2? This was would be my first instinct, but I think there is some tactical issues going on here. Maybe with bishop takes f4 and queen to e1 check. Why didn't he go rook to h2? There must be something here. Queen to g5 actually is a simple solution as well. But instead, we'll keep it a game. I think he went king to g1, and this is a key moment. Black must be winning this one, but does he have the...
Black is now under 2 minutes. 1 minute 36 on the clock.
Yeah. And he's got 10 moves to make. So
10 moves to make,
I mean, this should be winning for Benjamin, but what's
before
happening?
move 4.
Something like, not ever normally use computer modes, minus takes f5, bishop takes d, takes g4.
But I'm afraid it's not going to be enough.
Queen for a rook up. He's a whole queen for a rook up. And
is that sarcasm?
I think that's sarcasm. We've been told that Benjamin looks very calm. That must be sarcasm. Sarcasm from a Dutchman, is that normal? Not as much as an Englishman, but he looks very nervous. He knows he's on the brink of a
I think that would be the biggest win of his career, must be. And of course, if he does win, we will of course try to get Benjamin in the studio to talk us through the game.
But he still has to avoid cracking up here. I mean, you know, I've played Hikaru in a real game in blitz games, and when you're short of time against Hikaru, he is like a magician. He just comes up with ideas. He knows how to hustle. He knows how to keep things tricky and keep chances alive. I mean, I might go bishop e3 check here with an idea of queen. Okay, let me show you my idea. I might try here check, and if king g2, I might try queen takes g4, just to try to get to the time control with this one. And now I go into a position like this. I've even got rook f8 here. Even if I didn't, I'd be simply winning here, no worries. So will he play that? He didn't go for that. He's gone for another idea. What has he played? He's gone bishop takes c3. Wow, okay. That is another... oh, that's a brave move, that one. That is a brave move. That is a move that I would be quite concerned about playing there.
What is going on? So, okay, I guess he has to take the queen.
Well, I mean, you could consider taking... If you take the queen, Benjamin's idea is now knight takes rook. He is one piece up here, and he wants to keep his extra piece by going bishop d4. And if rook g5 check, remember the rook is on pre, rook g5 check, he wants to move his bishop back here and just try to say, you can't trap my knight. Can you trap the knight here? Is there any way of trapping the knight in this position?
I don't think you can.
Not really, no, because you've got rook f8 coming in and you've got knight f5, just consolidating that. So it should be all right. So let's just go back to the position with bishop takes c3 and just see if Hikaru's got anything else. Can he take here check? Well, if he does do that, then there's a king h7.
A rook
h5 check. Yeah, rook h5 check. What's happening here? And why is this not okay for Hikaru? Is this not okay for Hikaru?
I guess in the worst case you can take on b2 and b2 pawns up, but surely there must have been something more.
I think it's only one pawn up and it's opposite coloured. I mean, this is even maybe worse.
This must be
worse for black. So hang on a minute. Why can't Hikaru now? Oh, bishop. Is it
bishop g7 again?
Yeah. So if rook takes g6, he just wants to go bishop g7, and then his queen can get him.
Still going on.
It is, and the thing you can do to solidify the position becomes that can immediately Hikaru on g.
Van Verreest, massive wins for the Dutchies here, keeping our producer very happy.
Indeed, keeping the producer happy because they've had some great upsets if they can do that. I mean, a young Jordan, and it could be on the brink.
Benjamin played king g7 minutes short on time, and his only chance So banging out his moves, rook g5 was played. So hitting the knight.
Queen b1 must be the move. Queen b1 has been played. And Benjamin really only has to survive. And he's done it. Look at that. He's won. Outrageous. Outrageous. In something.
Yeah.
He's obviously...
But what a result that is.
Side and got a feel for Hikaru, who's putting...
Not so... I mean, we were talking about tournament.
Absolutely brilliant game from Benjamin, because he just went for it. He showed no fear. He went attack, 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 checkmate. Thank you.
I think there goes a tournament victory, because we I think so. Even if he gets to 7, his tiebreak probably won't be good enough. So that is a massive, massive result. And of course, we will try to get Benjamin into the studio. Meanwhile, we could check up, see how Jordan is getting on. See if he will complete this perfect day for the Dutch players here in the Isle of Man.
Indeed, it's the day of the Dutch today. And Benjamin, I have to say that, such an impressive game. Yeah. I mean, really.
Absolutely.
Really
I mean, if Jordan wins as well, it would be fantastic having both of them in the studio, because I think
celebrating
both
with
of
champagne.
them
So,
both of them had a very impressive day.
Yes.
And game.
Yeah, okay, so it did look like that was certainly going to happen, and in this game, I mean, again, if they can reach time control, it looked like Jordan was well in charge of things, and he played rook takes b7, going to pawn up now, Fiona, so he's gone to pawn up. Peter trying to get the queens off to help his defensive chances with queen to g6, and of course, just pay attention to the main board, there we go, and you can see the current board in bottom left there. Queen f5, nice and simple move. You're a pawn up, your pieces are good, you don't need the queens on the board because every other piece is doing a fantastic job. Rook g6, b4, and that is Barry, the b pawn, coming to get ya. Knight e3, beautiful. Rook f4, rook b8, a little tactical. Knight f6, and there goes another pawn, but it's still one pawn because black takes here. Second pawn. Knight e8. Do we have any more moves here?
I think they reached time control. So
rook here, Jordan, f6, and there's one more move now. What did he do there? Did he
played bishop c2.
Bishop c2. So Fiona, what's happening here then?
Well, it seems like Jordan is 2 pawns up.
Yeah.
And I don't really see where Peter's counter chances should come from.
I mean, it should be winning. I mean, Peter's a very resilient player, but if you look at the setup that Jordan's gone for, every piece defends everything. His bishop is defended by the knight, his pawn is defended by the bishop, his knight is defended by everything. So he's got a very stable position. He's got very active pieces, and you're right, Fiona. I think he's 2 pawns up. So as long
and also, I mean, Jordan displayed such impressive technique against Hikaru when he held that endgame. I don't really have any doubts that he is going to convert this one.
I totally agree with you. I think he'll convert, and I think it'll be a great day for the Dutch. I mean, you have to say the shock of the day, really, and people are saying in the chat, did Hikaru blunder? Well, you know what? Some of these guys who don't always get the opportunities to play in the elite tournaments, maybe in the future they will, like Benjamin Bock, they can play out of their skin. They can still, they're grandmasters, they're not idiots, and they can play great games. And today, Benjamin played a fantastic game with black. He simply played with energy. So you have to, rather than saying, oh, Hikaru did something wrong, let's give credit to Benjamin, who played amazingly, because that was fantastic. Really brilliant. So
right, so let's leave this one for now. And let's go back to board 3, where Caruana is playing against Sergei Movsesyan.
Okay, so now, shall I take some deep breaths now? Okay, good. Time to breathe, Simon, breathe. Just one. Okay, that's enough. Let's go. Right, okay. And, well, this was a very interesting game as well. It's been a great day today, chess. Brilliant game.
Yeah.
And, okay. Oh, they finished.
And the game is over.
They finished. What was, it must be a win.
Fabiano won this game.
Okay, he won. He did look like he won. And, well, I mean, everything's happened at once here. I mean, it's all just basically exploded in the same minute.
I mean, that's also what happens when you reach time control.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, everything happens around time trial, of course.
Shall we very quickly run through the finishing moves, although there are quite a few of them, but see if we can find some more players. Sure. I'll let you talk us through it and see if there are some other games.
And I mean, one thing I would like to mention, I'm going to jump forwards after the next move, but this was the last position we were analysing, and Moseshin had just played bishop to f5, and in this position, bishop to e4 was actually played. And when I earlier said this wasn't possible, I missed a very cute tactical move from Fabiano, and that was after bishop takes bishop, rook takes bishop. This could be on the tactics trainer for chess.com. It's such a, and that, by the way, is worth checking out. The tactics trainer on chess.com is very, very good. Here, I left it with rook d8, and I was thinking, oh, there's no way here that you can stop a back ranker here. But look what Fabiano's done. He's turned the tables here, and he went rook to e1, now saying, ha 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 ha, I'm going to back rank you instead. Ooh, put that in your pipe and smoke it. So, and of course, if rook takes queen, you get back spanked there.
And I'm going to stop you because we've just seen Wesley So walk off there. So
not another game, just
when
finished.
when I clicked on his game, it was still going. So that literally just finished. Wesley So against Maxim Wertstein was a draw.
Was a draw. That wasn't so interesting. That was one of the more, I was going to say boring games, but it was certainly not a game of the fireworks that the other games had. Yeah. And it's been the best round so far.
It has been a
brilliant round.
Yeah,
brilliant round.
Absolutely.
And I think hopefully we will try to get one of these guys up here.
I think we are trying as we speak to get Benjamin. So let's just finish checking this Caruana game, see how he won.
So we go to this position here. We'll just dive into the end of the game.
Let's just wait until we bring the board up so you can see what we're talking about.
Yep.
There you go.
I think, and we might have to rename the C pawn. I used to call the C pawn Cedric, but we might have to call him Caruana. Caruana. And because Caruana is going to roll up the board there. And, well, of course, here he's 2 pawns up. He's a brilliant player. And the way he won, I think, was quite cute. He started pushing these guys up the board. There goes Caruana. And f4, c6. Look at him go. f3, c7. And now king g7, rook d2, f2. Is Freddie going to land? Is he going to land? Rook d7 check. And the issue with this is the king safety. The king on g7 has got nowhere to go, has it? So it's completely lost here. I mean, where does the king go? If it goes, I mean, it should be mating here. I think Nakamura called this the staircase technique. For example, this is a good little tactic for you guys at home. If king g8, there is a staircase, a very simple, what we call staircase technique here.
I'm not sure about the staircase. I see a mate in one.
Oh, yeah. That's also good. I just wanted to show the staircase, you know. I thought the staircase was, quite sweet here. But Fiona's pointed out, spoiling my staircase. The mate in one staircase. Yeah. The staircase. I didn't even see Queen G6 mate. I mean, Lean's mate. But I was thinking of Queen C4 and some. Like
and getting the queen closer.
Yeah, getting it slowly closer like this, But yeah, what a GM I am. You're going to start shouting, where is the GM in the house again? Okay, but anyway, nice game. So there we go. Yeah. Nice game. Yeah.
I suggest let's go to Vidit quickly because, maybe they did make time control while we were joking away, but they still had a move to go or two.
And that was another brilliant game today.
And that's over. He did just win.
Okay.
While we were making pleasantries. Is that a word? Pleasantries?
I think so. Quite pleasantries, yes. And I have to say, everything just happened at once today.
Well, one game that is still going on is the board 2 encounter between Elyanov. Okay, let's just quickly show
what happened here.
Yeah.
Okay, so because this was a very exciting game as well. Another one where they're both going hammer and tongs at each other on opposite sides of the board. Last position was here, where the white king is on c1 and the black king is on g8, opposite side castling. And look at these pieces. If you're gonna, this position is just crazy. There's pieces all over the shop here, all over the shop. And now black played knight g3. I mean, I'm getting a headache with this. I had a headache with this game already.
And I think we have good news for you, as Benjamin is literally just entering the room. So let's very quick. I think Benjamin and Vidit are also very good friends. So let's just quickly see how Vidit
won this one
very quickly, and then we'll get Benjamin on the show.
He's certainly played game of the day, and he's going to take us through the game, which will be an honour for everyone. So stay tuned for that. But let's quickly see the end of this game, and we're not going to try to explain it too much because it's just chaotic. And well, fortunately, pieces get exchanged here, and it gets a little bit more simplified. Thank goodness for that. And in this position, okay, we can now go, and we can see that.
Take a deep breath.
Indeed, another one. I'm taking a lot recently, but we can see here that white is a pawn up, and this knight on g3 is pretty bad. Okay, bishop on h2 is bad, but it's a pawn. A pawn is a pawn, and it looked like, as black only has a queen and a rook, that's not enough to create an attack against the white king. So white goes to simplifications, defends his king position, and as long as he avoids tricks, which of course he's very capable of doing, coordinates his rooks, some ideas of back ranking black here, and okay, we'll get to the end now. We can see he now starts to create his own attack. That's a lovely move, e6. And the point being, well, it's if pawn takes, you lose your knight, so he tried queen takes, and now f5. Queen d5, so stopping the pawn from immediately moving, but now rook c5, there's a queen e4 check, king a1, and this knight is really struggling because if that knight moves, there's ideas of f6, including other ideas, maybe rook c8 as well, so rook d5, again trying to pin the pawn, but we had rook takes rook, queen takes, defending the queen, so the knight has to move, and now I like the way white changes from being a pawn up. He sacked the pawn back to get the initiative. And look at this move, bishop e5. That's a really, really nice move.
That is a very nice move. You can take because the rook is hanging on d8. So he tried f6, but just take that.
And then rook d7, and now bishop e7, and that stops the coordination, getting ready maybe for a move like f6, queen f, second pawn down, and of course, after rook e1, trying to come into e8. It's time.
Nice game.
Definitely.
We're going to have Benjamin with what is arguably been back, I think, is the game of the day. So first of all, before you talk to me, how do you feel right now?
Of course, I think it was a really complicated game, and yeah, I'm really happy that I.
So far?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And with the black pieces as well?
Yeah, with the black pieces, yeah.
How did you feel going into the game before playing Hikaru?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things, and yeah, also trying to be good.
That's great. So I'll let you talk us through the game.
Yeah. Yeah, he played this f3 line, which he played a few times, so I prepared this a bit. Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly what I had prepared here, but I think what I did is, I think it's still played.
So here you're already out of your preparation?
No, here I still knew what I was doing. So okay, more or less this is all normal. But this move queen e2, I didn't really know how to play here. I knew that after bishop e2, I castle, and if he castles, I play rook e8, and he has to play maybe bishop f2, but I think black has something like knight f4 quite a decent position. So queen d2 was kind of smart, and I had different options. I could also maybe give a check, or okay, that was also possible on the next move. So castle, bishop e2. Yeah, if I give a check, okay, he goes to f2 maybe. And if I go here, I was never really sure. Okay, maybe he castles, but I was also not really sure about such positions. And and okay, he will bring the knight to c4. I don't know.
Well, talking of f4 in the game after knight d7, we were wondering if Hikaru could have played f4 himself, or if that was too weakening.
Yeah, I think it's too weakening. So you mean
in this position?
Yes, but he gives the f4 the g4 square. So
okay.
If I just go back. He castles and okay, something like maybe knight g4, or maybe bring the queen to g6. Maybe just knight g4. I think black's fine. Probably more than fine. Okay, he played castle. And here I was also thinking about this move. Because if he plays now knight a3, I can play f4, bishop f2, and okay, generally he wants to play knight e4 and knight bc3 after f4. So this was the point. So I follow up with, let's say, bishop f5, and I quite, or maybe queen g5. I quite like my position. I have bishop g3 ideas.
And in the game after f4, how did you feel about your position? Did you already?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it. I didn't necessarily think it was better or anything. Yeah, okay, you played bishop f2, queen g5.
How would you in general describe your chess style? Is this because this is a very double-edged, very tactical open position?
Well, I try to play what the position demands. So I think in this position I have to do something like this, what I did in the game. I was expecting him to play knight e4, then I go here, and maybe knight, okay, if he goes knight bc3, I go knight e5. Maybe this move was interesting. Maybe I have to play something like rook f7, but here bishop d3. And I guess I have to give the pawn somehow. I don't know if I have enough compensation. Because these things, they never, he always has rook f2. So I was expecting him to play like this. G4 was also interesting, but maybe he underestimated that it becomes really vulnerable here, and yeah, if he doesn't watch out, I can easily sacrifice something.
So do you think after g4 it's just too risky and you're already taking the upper hand?
Yeah, maybe it's a bit too risky. Maybe knight e4 is better. And but okay, yeah, maybe this bishop h4, because okay, knight bc3, knight e5. Okay, here he can also play bishop h4, but I just play something like rook f7, and okay, I play okay, let's say he plays something like this. I play bishop f5, I guess, and I bring the other rook to e8. I think I'm doing quite well. But yeah, g4, knight e5, king. Yeah, he has to go with the king, otherwise really some sacrifice is coming. King h1, knight f6. I think rook g1 he also had to play. Okay, he basically yeah, I mean knight a3, often something like h5 becomes really dangerous. Rook g1, yeah, and here I spent quite a lot of time because I wanted to play this at first, but I think he takes, because yeah, okay, it's clear that such things are really dangerous at play. I think yeah, something like this. I think it's just extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
But he takes, and if I take, he takes here, I thought.
Okay. And
okay, a knight e8 is a bit pity somehow. He plays something like queen h4, I take, he takes knight d2. Yeah, I don't know about this position, because generally black should be quite good here, but okay, well, it's coming with the knight, and didn't like it so much. Yeah, and then I saw this idea of queen g6, because if he plays knight a3, then I can seriously consider something like maybe taking with the bishop. Although here he has this move queen d1, maybe, because if he takes, then I play knight e4, queen e1, and I just take here. Okay, if he takes back, I give a check and f3. Queen d1, maybe I have some move like b5 to create a huge mess. But I was expecting him to play queen d1 to kind of protect against all the threats and play knight d1 next.
Knight d2.
Yeah, and knight d2 next, yeah. Because if I play bishop takes g4, he just plays this. So here probably I would have played, yeah, h5, and g5, and probably knight h7. Because knight g4 I was not so sure in this position. Maybe it's possible, I don't know. So bishop.
Yeah, it's all very messy. Yeah. Simon and I were looking at this and we weren't quite sure what was going on, I have to say, because we don't use engines. Yeah. And it was very, very tricky
yeah.
to judge.
So bishop h4, at first I wanted to play this, because if he takes here, I take, he takes, I take, takes, I don't know, king somewhere, I take, he takes, and okay, at the end of the variation I think I'm just some pawns up.
Which should be enough.
Yeah. But yeah, and if he plays f takes g4, then I have knight e4, and he doesn't have a good square for the queen, I think. Because if he plays, let's say queen d1, I play, I think, f3, bishop here, and I don't know, I saw something, but the problem was that he plays, he plays queen d1, I thought. And first I thought I have queen h5, he takes here and I take here. But he has rook g2, okay, it looks good for black, but he has knight d2. And yeah, I think I'm just lost here. So that's how I came to h5.
To be honest, I'm quite impressed by your game, and I'm just sitting here in absolute silence, just looking at all these lines you calculated and everything you saw during the game. It's just, yeah.
We both spent quite a bit of time, so we saw something, I think. So that's how I came to h5. And okay, if he takes here, I take with the rook, and if he takes here, I take with the queen. And okay, knight e4. Actually, first my plan was to go here, but he takes a pawn. But probably I just have to go back, and maybe my position is still good, but it's also not so clear. Maybe he defends the pawn again. But okay, I have to take with the rook. And if he takes here, then I take with the queen. If he takes here, I was not really sure what to do, because if I play here, he has queen g3, and I don't know, maybe I give the exchange. Okay, he goes here, and draw back with the queen. Yeah, I don't know if
Your bishop has a big square there on e5.
Yeah. I don't know about these variations. Actually, maybe it's not so good. Although, no, I have bishop. I want to take with the bishop on h2, so it's actually. Yeah, it's quite. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
I mean, if I was white, I'd be pretty squared here.
Also, I have. Yeah, maybe 98, but it's a bit like the other line. It's a bit pity to drop back with a knight. Yeah, so I think g5 is also quite risky, because now now I entered with the knight. Okay, he has to play knight e4, I think, because if he takes, I just take back, and yeah, he doesn't really have a move. I have many ideas like bishop f5, bishop e4, or queen h5, and I think it has to be good. So so 94 is normal. Bishop f5. Yeah, I was also trying to make this work, but he takes, and after queen f5 he has knight f2, and if I play knight g6 he has bishop d3. I take here, he takes here, I take, he goes, let's say, here, I take here, he takes, and he has a check, and now he will be a piece up. So that's why I played bishop f5, and I think knight f6 was just a blunder. He had to play knight bc3.
So you think knight f6 was a decisive mistake?
Yeah, probably, because after that I didn't see how he could save his position. I think he has to play knight bc3, and yeah, and now he can think about knight f6. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I just bring another piece, and after knight f6 maybe I do the same. Okay, here he can go bishop e1, I guess, because I guess take. It looks pretty dangerous. Yep. Maybe I just take this guy in f3. Yeah, this must be good. Ah wait, he can take with check. Yeah, okay, I'm not. Yeah, but knight bc3 was for sure better. Yeah.
And after knight f6, you say you just didn't see.
Yeah, I don't know if he missed rook takes or. Yeah, because here, okay, if he goes bishop e1, I can just take the knight. And yeah, I just take the knight, I think. And if he goes queen e1, I was intending to play rook e8, I think. Okay, I have many threats. Yeah, for example.
Too many, probably.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah. And very often this mate on f2 is a problem. So yeah, he played knight c3 basically. He just admits that he's lost here. Okay, I take.
Can I ask you, how did you feel at that point during the game? You knew you were winning, but you were quite short on time, which is understandable considering everything you've shown us, all the lines you were calculating. How did you feel? We were watching you on camera, and sometimes you looked calm and then a bit nervous. So what was going on inside?
Yeah, I was trying to keep calm, because okay, if you get nervous, then there's a bigger chance that you will mess up your winning advantage. So I was trying to keep calm, but yeah, of course here I must say I got a little bit excited, of course, when you realize that you're winning.
You're winning, yeah. Do you want to just show us how the game concluded quickly?
Yeah, so bishop g5. Okay, if he takes, I have this nice point. I take, and I take the rook in f3. And okay, I will be a piece up. So he played h4, trying to complicate. Okay, I played this. Okay, here it's not working anymore because he has the h2 square, but I just take back and I think it's just crushing. Yeah, he tried this, but queen h5 is good. Rook g2 takes, and if he goes rook h2, I have queen g5. And okay, let's say this g3, it's just winning. So he played king g1, and okay, here maybe also have some move like rook f8, but what I did is just winning.
Yeah, I like how you chose a human way. You were short on time, but your moves in the end all seemed to simplify the position and just.
Yeah, well, this move I had to calculate a bit,
I
but
meant
it's
a bit
just
later, especially taking this on c3.
Yes. Yeah, okay. I thought maybe he will. Yeah, it's all lost. He was here. I give a check, and okay, maybe again I will exchange queens. Or no, wait, maybe I'm also mating. Yeah, here's mate. I get, yeah. Yeah, so he played rook takes f5, takes this, and yeah, this was just a very practical decision, I thought. Because if I go queen h6, okay, he brings in the knight. Of course, it's completely winning.
Yeah, but it's not something you want to figure out with a minute on the clock.
But okay, I saw this is just winning, and if he takes, okay, I'm a piece up in a piece and a pawn up in an endgame. Check, I have bishop g7.
Yeah, we were looking at this and we thought he can't trap your knight really.
Yeah,
so.
and if check, rook f4, I give a check. And yeah, it's just, and after, okay, here I give check and this. Yeah.
And he resigned.
Yes.
So very impressive game. Can I just ask you quickly, we saw on camera, what did Hikaru say to you after the game?
Yeah, he said that he had to, he said that he had to play knight bc3.
Okay.
Yeah. He said that black's probably still better, but yeah, clearly this is what he had to do, yeah.
Okay, so while I have you here, do you mind if we quickly have a look at Jordan's game? Because it might be a very, very good day for the Dutch players here. Did you see his game?
Yeah, I think he is just winning, to be honest.
Should I'll bring it up and then I'll hand the mouse back to you if I can find it. Okay, so that is the position now, and Jordan has just taken on g3.
Yeah, he took on g3. Okay, now it's 3 pawns, and this guy is marching up the board, so either Peter has planned something, or to me it looks just lost.
So it looks like the Dutchies are having a very good time here on the Isle of Man at the moment. You're having an excellent result. There's Jordan. There's also his brother Lucas.
Yeah.
So what is your guy's secret?
I don't know.
What have you been doing here?
Just a normal tournament routine, I would say. Yeah, we Dutch are just very strong. So.
So that is the secret.
Yes.
I saw you with Lucas here walking one night. Do you prepare a little bit together, or do you just hang out as friends?
No, we just hang out as friends. Lucas, Jordan, and another a Dutch player, Bart, from Mijnveld. They have an apartment.
Okay.
But I stay in a hotel, so I don't really hang out that much with them outside of the games.
Okay. And just one final question. You were playing at the Olympiad in Baku just a couple of weeks ago. That was the first time you played for the Dutch national team. How did you enjoy that experience?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I think for everyone it's a dream to play for their national team in every sport. And yeah, I think we had a great team atmosphere, and yeah, we were doing really well in the beginning. We won the first 5 matches.
Against England, I remember that match. Shouldn't maybe mention it here.
And for me personally, I also started quite well. I won the first 4, but unfortunately, in the second half, things went not so good. I think we won only one match and we drew one, but we lost, I don't know, four matches or so. Yeah.
So better luck next time, but you're now here, you're back on track. It's going brilliantly for you so far. So thank you very much for taking the time to come and show us your game. Congratulations one more time, and I hope to see you back with some more brilliancies like today. So, and we will now have a quick switch and we'll be back with Simon in just a second. So see you soon, stay tuned.
Chess.com is about playing. At any moment, there are thousands of people from around the world playing on Chess.com. So whether you're a total beginner or a grandmaster, you'll find a game quickly with someone at your level. You can play at any pace, from 1-minute bullet to 5-minute blitz to 60-minute games. Or you can play more relaxed games where you have several days to make your move. There are tournaments starting every few minutes, or you can play against our customizable coaching computer. Chess.com is for learning. Chess isn't just about playing, it's about getting better. Chess.com puts the best training tools at your fingertips. Sharpen your game with over 50,000 tactics puzzles. Improve your strategy with training videos by top grandmasters. Get instant feedback after your games with real-time computer analysis. Regardless of where you're at now, you can take your game to the next level. Chess.com is for sharing. Join the community where you can discuss chess ideas in the forums and follow the latest chess news. Or join a club with friends and play in a league against other clubs. You can find all this in your browser at home and at work, or on the go with your phone or tablet. Signing up is free and easy. So what are you waiting for? Enjoy your game.
Welcome back to our coverage of round 5 of the Isle of Man International Chess Tournament. I'm now joined back by Simon, but that was some very impressive stuff that Benjamin showed us there.
Yeah, that was quite deep stuff, wasn't it? I mean, amazing calculation.
I mean, I think I was just sitting here stunned, really, just...
Yeah, and
wow.
The thing that amazed me as well was, I mean, it wasn't just amazing calculation, but unlike other GMs that have come in my past doing these things, he did it so clear, I think. So he's very concise with his lines. He remembered every moment, and he clearly just was in control of the game and everything. So it's going to be a great player as well.
Exactly. I mean, I'm very impressed by it. We were talking about the German princes earlier in the show, but I think the Dutchies also have a very bright future ahead of them.
They do. They certainly do, with players like that, and Jordan coming through as well. You were just looking at
Jordan. Might have him in the studio later on as well.
Definitely. They're the Dutch.
Yeah, absolutely. So. But we will start by going to board 2, where Pavel Ilyanov is still playing against Arkady Naidic. And this is where it gets to our favorite time of the day, when we can explain you what's going on in all those technical endgames.
Brilliant. Where's David Howe when you need him? So yeah. And okay, it's just the board, the main board we're looking at. The other board I think is still that's Jordan's board, which is quite good because I haven't seen that yet actually. So
Well, Jordan's just 3 pawns up
3
now.
3 pawns up, yeah.
Should do the job.
Yeah. And, okay, so I think we just go to the current position. And Ilyanov just played his king back to d2. And he has a very simple winning plan here, Fiona, which I've actually spotted for a change, which is, I think, to go king to c1, king to b2, king to b3. Look at that stupid rook. Unfortunately, that rook is not happy now. And if you can get your king to b3, then you are defending both your weak pawns. So you're free then to use your rook, so your rook can swing into the game.
I guess the question is, do you have time to do something with a6, b5 before your rook gets completely trapped?
Yeah, the other option is king d4, of course, trying to activate the king is quite a critical move here. So yeah, it's 2 plans, a6, let's look at this plan first. a6 in this position, well, I don't think this helps because I just go king c1, and 2 things we should point out here. If b5 at all, well, b5 never works because I just take on b5. If you take back, I take on c5. So a better way to play it would be king d4 first. And I'm wondering now if king b2 works, because if rook takes c4, you get this position which should be winning for, maybe not, because
could even be losing.
Could be losing, certainly. My technique's going to come to play. Normally when you have an outside pass pawn it's good, but the white king is too passive here, so instinctively it might not be so good. So king d2, a6 is an idea. Now what would Ilyanov's plan be? If he can't go king c1, is he trying to do something? Well, that's created a weakness, so let's now change plans. I'm just going to come back now, because I'm basically saying, right, well, you've now created a weakness, so I just want to go rook b3. I could even go rook b3 straight away. You know, I think you might. I mean, king d4, activating the king, has got to be the move that Arkadi's calculating. But now there's a serious problem, I would imagine, with some line, either with rook e4. Rook e4 is a very nice move. That's the winning move. And the point being, I'm again.
And if you take on c4?
With the
rook?
With the rook, then I...
Rook,
yeah. Then I'm thinking again, can I go for this king and pawn ending?
But then it's the same, more or less.
It's a bit different, because my king's more active now, so I might be able to use the shoulder technique to force you away. I'm just wondering if there's a clearer win. I mean, we can look at this, because it's forcing.
Let's have a look.
So takes, and now... Am I winning with the move f4? Probably not, actually. Your king's too active. But I mean, it's very close to be winning, this kind of ending.
I wonder,
I mean, let's say, because what I'm thinking about, we go here, you go here. It might not be winning, I might be losing again.
It might be losing,
yeah. So.
And you don't have time for king e3, because then I have king... Although even that's an interesting race.
King e3.
King c3.
King
I just
c3.
wanted
Okay,
to
so king c3,
but maybe
probably
I don't
work this
have
out.
time for that.
So king c3, f4, at some way, take here. I'm going to queen first, so let's have a look. So I think this is, I think if you go here, white's winning.
It could be.
Just by counting, because the king's in the way of the pawn, so you clearly not in time there. For example, you can get 1 square away from queening, but this is not good enough. This is technically winning for things. So the only way you could play this now, and this king and pawn ending, is after king takes c4, king e3, to try king d5, but this is now winning because of f4, and again this is we've eventually got our outside pass pawn, which should be winning in the king pawn ending. If you go here, I think I'm gonna do this somehow. I might even have a clever move like c4, maybe even here c4 might be very clever. But I think black's going to run out of moves. Maybe I go a4 at some point, but this should be winning. I've got a feeling.
C4 looks good though.
C4 could be good, and then you go king takes. But this way, maybe you're in time. You see, because if I push on, you go king d5. I go king here.
C4 is not so clever.
No, but I probably just can run you out of moves, because you have to keep your king near this pawn. So I'm probably going to run you out of moves somehow. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably. But it's certainly winning this position eventually.
And maybe we should just change the board on the live.
Yeah. To get the current position up. All in all, though, I mean, I think that was just one idea Ilyanov's got. if king d4. So that's king d2 if king d4. Now the other problem after rook e3, which I still think is a good move, rook takes c4, we were only looking at this king and pawn ending, which I think is winning. Another thing you could try here is f4 straight away, but that's not as good because you've got king d5. So I think this is what Arkadi's now calculating. He's got lots to calculate, and he's probably trying to work out this position now, which I don't envy him doing at all. So king e3, the key move. Now king d5 looks like the only move, and let's just try to work out the win here. There really should be a win in this position, I feel. Again, it just shows you how complicated these king and pawn endings can be. Where is the win?
So you wanted to maybe play a4? Is that another? I
wanted to play a4. I guess black will play a6. He's got to go b5. And again, I need to have a clever move here.
And he's about...
okay, so he didn't like this. He didn't like this. Yeah.
A6
was it was your move, yeah. He went for a6. And after a6, I was assuming that king d3 would be the option with just rook b3. And it looked like white's made a lot of progress here because you've got this pawn to attack. I think Ilyanov will win this one.
Okay, let's leave this endgame and go back to our little game.
Yay, woohoo! What game are we going to play?
That time of the day, where we just look at all the games that are still in progress and pick one at random.
And are we going to have a prize for the person who picks the most interesting game? And when we mean interesting, we mean no endings. Or if it's an ending, an interesting ending.
Okay, let me start. Show me the list.
We're going to have a bet?
We can have a £1.
£1, okay.
But how does that work?
Whoever picks the most interesting game wins
overall.
£1. Overall at the end.
Ladies first?
Ladies first, yeah. Okay, OG.
So
here we go.
And Tiger is still playing.
Oh, Tiger again. Are you going to gamble with Tiger?
No, I'm going to go with Julio.
Julio, okay.
Julio, who's black against...
I don't think that's a good bet because I think Julio's a very positional player. Let's have a look. I think that's a bad one to go for. And it's an ending, but it's
it's not. You're being unfair.
It's not going to set
It's a good pick, I think.
You think this is good?
Okay, so Julio is a pawn up. Oh.
Well, there we go.
And a piece down.
There's a pawn up, but a piece down. That's right. Yeah. I mean, you've got it. What happened? Let's just have a look. What happened? So it was this position here, and. Okay, well, he played h5. I mean, here, it looks pretty normalish to me. Maybe there's some problems running out moves. But
I think there were some big problems.
Well, the big problem is this queen c6 move. Did he miss this move? I mean, maybe.
But I think there were maybe problems on the back rank or something.
Because now I think he's losing. I mean, surely the king here. I mean, he can hope for some kind of. Well, he's a piece down. I mean, it's not. He's got to be losing.
I think the only thing he's hoping for is there might be some perpetuals after king f1, but I don't really believe it. You don't even have to take on c5 right away.
I can probably block with a bishop as well, and this is just winning, I think.
This will be over, yeah.
Okay, so there we go. So that's another big upset there.
Well, I picked a good game in that we didn't have to do much thinking.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. We picked a good game because it was easy to work out. It wasn't one of these endings where not a king and pawn ending where we've no idea what's going on. But
so, over to you.
Okay, now I'm going to pick a gem. I'm going to pick an absolute gem of a game. Well, we actually should look at Erwin's game, and I might go there, but to keep the game going, maybe we should go to Erwin's.
Okay, let's quickly.
Okay, but does that include?
If it's boring, then you're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. Okay, let's go. This is an important game because we did look at this earlier. Erwin, and is it going to be the Dutch day? A day of the Dutch?
Let's just go. Let's see.
Are we going to paint it orange? Okay, and that is so interesting. I mean, this is really interesting. Opposite colour bishop ending, and this is fascinating stuff. This is really a bad pick, isn't it? Awful pick. This must be a draw. I mean, I'm just looking at the opposite coloured bishops.
This must be a draw.
It must be a draw. And also, Erwin is very good at holding these. There's nothing.
And there's nothing to even look at, I think.
I think white will just go bishop a1, bishop b2 for the rest of his life. I mean, you can even go king e3. Black's a pawn up, but as it's opposite coloured bishops, it's irrelevant. So
okay, so 1-0 to me.
1-0? You can't claim 1-0. Where did that come from? Just because you picked some position where a guy won a piece. That's not 1-0 in an ending. I like the way you just assumed 1-0.
You picked the worst game out of the 10.
I picked a bad game, but you didn't pick it wasn't setting the world on light, your game. I think we'd go for a draw so far.
No.
It's not, how can
I must be half a point up at least, and now I get to pick again.
I just don't agree with this. Who's the judge? Who is
Maybe
the judge?
Lawrence.
You're the judge.
Lawrence is the judge.
Yeah, we want some impartial judging here. Okay, so
best game of the round, Bedouin Hawk against Nakamura.
That was the best game. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we should have a referee between us who will put the arms up, like in boxing.
In boxing. Oh, what the?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, in the end when you declare the winner.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That could be
That'd
good.
Be good. Yeah.
That would be me.
Okay,
definitely.
my turn.
Your turn. Go on then.
I will go for Lawrence Trent.
Lawrence
against
Trent.
Another, going from one Lamy to the other.
It's a good bet.
So Lawrence, who's playing against Alina Lamy, Ervin's wife.
Okay, come on, let's have a look. Oh, come on, this is boring. You can't even try to get away.
I just find the positions where a player is a piece up, and I'm like, yep.
I know, interesting.
Why does a piece up who's winning?
It's a dynamic position because there's not the same material. Really dynamic, lots of play left. You sacrificed a piece here. No, I'm not letting you claim that one. You get a minus score for that. -1 for that one. White's
so
piece
one,
up.
Yeah,
Lawrence should win that one. Okay, right.
Yeah. Unless Alina manages to liquidate all the white pawns, but
it should be quite an easy win, this one, I would say. Okay, right, now where are we going to go? Okay, now I'm quite tempted with Tiger. We've nearly gone through all the games. I might have to rely on my good friend Tiger. Come on, Tiger, don't let me down. Tiger is such an exciting player. He always has interesting positions. He's never let me down, ever, and he won't let me down now. That's interesting. That's the best so far. Look at that. He's an exchange down. He's trying to come in with the pieces. Fascinating position. That's 2 points for me, that one. I think. Don't you agree, Fiona? Okay. We'll just have a quick look, and it's basic exchange sack, but Tiger has a knight and a pawn for the exchange, and he has very good placement of the pieces. Very good rook, bishop, knight. Is it enough? I don't know. I think Tiger is pushing for the win here, even though he's the exchange down, because White's very cramped. White hasn't got many moves here. He can't make many moves. He doesn't want to drop b2, so his rook can't move. He doesn't want to. He can't really move this one, and he can't move his bishop. So I think this is probably winning for Tiger. Even maybe you can even try to get your bishop to e4. So bishop d3. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, that is quite interesting. In fact, I haven't even made up my mind. But
I think Tiger's pushing, but I think it's. So did you actually say one of my choices was really interesting? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does that mean I'm winning?
Not yet.
Why not? Surely I'm winning now.
You picked the worst game earlier, and you picked a good one now. Okay, my turn.
Okay, right, come on. Let's go. Right, and we haven't got many more games to get through. We're going through the last games that have been played, and then we have a round up.
I'm going to go to Double Anand.
Oh, Double Anand is a good name. And
he's playing black against Melkumian.
So this is the youngest ever international master against Aronian's second. And, it looks very dull to me.
No, it looks very interesting.
It's a matter of opinion.
So again, black is an exchange down, but here he has 2 pawns.
He's 2 pawns, but his bishop, unlike Tiger's position, where Tiger's pieces had potential, I'd say this position, his pieces are very bad. This bishop is dead. Again, it's one of those positions you're nearly explain. I don't know if it's, the king is coming to g4, I guess. So
but the king has just gone to h5.
It can't go to g4 because we take on g6. So very hard.
On the other hand, how does White make progress?
That's a good point. Well, that's a good point. How do I make progress here? What is my winning plan? Maybe I go rook b3 and a4. That's one idea potentially, to try and win a pawn on the queen side. I guess this rook could do a little bit of manoeuvring somehow. I could try to get this rook to h8. I'm just thinking, manoeuvre it around like this. I think probably White is White's pushing here, isn't he? So to be honest.
And we have a treat coming in from Battersea Chess Club, which I think you can tell us a bit more about in a second. A class result by BCC, so Battersea Chess Club's Ali Hill, who holds world number 41 on how to draw.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Well done, Alistair Hill. Alistair Hill is actually a really talented player. He plays more poker than chess, but Wang Hao's having a disastrous tournament. But
so he's on 2 out of 5.
He's on 2 out of 5, and he's had a bye. And that's. But Alistair Hill holding the world number 41. That's a brilliant result. And I have to say, Battersea Chess Club, I should give a shout out to them. I did a simul there a while back, and I hear that you may be doing one at some point.
I hope we are going to do one together.
I hope so as well. Yeah, it's a great chess club, quite near to Clapham Junction. Well, very near to Clapham Junction Station, so very easy to get to. They have a really nice venue because the beer is so cheap. It's £2.60 a pint of Kronenberg, if I seem to remember it correctly. And they're also really friendly people there, and it seems to be a thriving chess club. So one of the best chess clubs I've been to in England, Battersea Chess Club. A bit like the Drunken Knights Chess Club as well. So big shout out to them.
Okay, so let's go back to Jordan. Jordan, I like how are you feeling lazy? You said, we're going to have a wrap-up, and I was saying you're going to interview Jordan once his game is done. Yeah. We're not going to have a wrap yet. You're going to have to cope with us for a little longer.
Okay.
And Simon is very much looking forward to it.
I am. Okay, so let's have a look. Well, I mean, I guess Lecco we're going to the current position here. I mean, to be honest.
And the game is over.
Oh, it's over.
And Jordan has won.
Okay, good. So this will be a 1-minute interview we have with Jordan. No, I'm only joking. I mean, I'd love to interview Jordan, of course, because he's a really nice kid as well. He's actually, he's incredibly just normal kid, but he's also a very good chess player, and he's just had a brilliant result there. So let's hope he can. I'd like to interview him, and let's hope he can come up here.
Hopefully he will join us.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just see how the game. I think not much happened. I think Lecco just resigned. Shall we just have a look at the last few moves?
Yeah, this is the last position of the game. So, and if we're getting Jordan up here, maybe we can ask him about it. I mean, to be honest, from about move 38, even around here, around this area, he's 2 pawns up, and he just got to be a bit careful to convert it, not making mistakes. And we go forwards to move 54. And that's thing. And when we get Jordan up here, I mean, it was a great game by Jordan, and we will ask him when he comes here if we can get him in about the critical moments of the game. So hopefully someone can grab him, and you can even So around, brilliant game. But let's wait until he comes here.
Shall we see if there's been any development in the Neidich game and that?
Yeah, sure.
Thrilling rook. No, it's actually quite an interesting ending to
it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, so A6 played.
And Ilyanov still thinking.
Still thinking here. Okay, well, it looks to me like King D3 looks like the natural move to play here, so that I can defend C4, free up my rook to come to B3. Now, I've just noticed though, if I go rook B3, you're always going to go B5, aren't you? If you can. So, for example, you might need to play a weighted move like King F5 with the points. If I go rook B3, B5, I can't take that pawn because you've got C4 check. So this is Arkadi's defensive idea, which I originally missed. So if King D3, black just passes. He just tries to pass. I think this is right. Maybe even a better way to pass is to put the king on D6, because then you are threatening to go B5 anyway. This does allow F4 though. So that's a slightly more risky way to play.
Also, what if after King D6, can I go King E4?
Yeah, that's well, yes, you probably can.
And after B5, I was going to go King F5.
Yeah, I shouldn't allow these opportunities. I should keep that white king from coming in with King F5. Stop the white king from coming into the position at all. So well, it's. I mean, of course, as we see.
And there we see Mike snatching Jordan.
Snatching.
And we are hoping he is going to go and bring him up here.
Yes, indeed. And hopefully we'll be joined by Jordan. And to be honest, that'd be
and
great.
Just, we were talking about him yesterday, sorry to interrupt, that's the legendary Oleg Romanishin. And every time, just as I say that, they walk off.
That's not the guy in the England top, obviously.
No.
So,
but on the right-hand side, that was Oleg Romanishin checking out the game here.
Yeah. So really, the other games, we've gone over most of them that are
There's
live.
one between Tanja Sachdev and Sabino Brunello we haven't looked at.
Yeah, and we do also have a Lenderman game.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll quickly go for them just while we wait for Jordan, but I really think Jordan will arrive with us any second.
So let's have a quick look at Tanya's game. So Tanja Sachdev against Sabino Brunello.
And what's
Bertie.
Bertie. Well, I call him Barry, actually. Barry. But you can call him Bertie as well. It's up to you, really. Bertie or Barry. What would you call the pawns if you had to give them names? Do you have any particular names that you'd like
I'd
to...
have to think about
You'd have to think. Okay, a question for another day.
Too late.
Too late in the day to do it now. So, okay, well, Black is probably pushing.
And Jordan is already here, but it seems like Black is pushing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Simon is going to take this one, and I'm very much looking forward to listening to what Jordan has to say about this game. So stay tuned, and Jordan will be on with Simon in just a second.
Hey. We're very lucky now to have the current Dutch champion, Jordan van Forest, join us here in the commentary room, who has just taken out Peter Lico. So that was a brilliant result. And I've actually played you the last 2 years there, haven't I? Which is quite funny. So
they were both pretty interesting games, right?
They were, definitely. Yeah. I had white in both of them as well, didn't I? So, and I first played you in Amsterdam, didn't I? In the tournament.
Yeah, there I had white.
Yeah, you had white, and you beat me in that one. You got a pretty good score against me.
Yeah, but the last round was closer. Yeah. I thought you were much better in that game, actually.
Definitely, probably had some chances there. But you're the current Dutch champion. So also, I haven't seen you since. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
So, what's it feel like to be Dutch champion?
It feels great. I hope there are many more years to come. Yeah.
I hope so as well. Yeah, good stuff. So, how did you celebrate?
Well, only after the Dutch Championships immediately I went home and I just celebrated a little bit with some friends. But there wasn't too much celebrating because the next day after the Dutch championship finished, school was starting again.
Oh, not school. Stupid school. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. So, so you have to. Well, you'll have many more to celebrate, I'm sure. So, we hope so. And good stuff. So, your game today, it was a great victory. And do you want to just take us through some of the critical moments here? So,
yeah, sure.
On move 21, you played this quite amazing move, and we actually got people to try to guess your move here, and they didn't do very well. So
I'm not sure if it's a good move, but.
So what were you thinking here? Yeah.
Actually, at first I thought I'm doing very bad because he's a pawn up, and I didn't really see my compensation anymore, even though his king is a little bit open, but I didn't see how to take advantage. But then I suddenly saw this, that I can go back with my bishop instead of taking, because if I take, he takes with his queen. Like if I cannot.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'll just unclick this one. So
he takes with his queen, and I don't have any checks anymore, and his thing escapes, and so I mean, anyway, it's pretty clear. So then I suddenly saw that I can go back with my bishop, and this seemed like the best way to do it, because if he took in the game, I get my rook into play, and suddenly his queen is not yet on g5, and well, queen g5 is possible here, but then I have bishop d5, and I'm probably gonna win my pawn back, because if his knight moves to c, pawn is hanging it, otherwise I'll take this pawn, even though probably black is not worse here at all.
Okay, sure, yeah. So it's a good little move, bishop c1 though. It's quite a crafty little move.
Yeah, I think it's good. I hope so at least. Maybe it's like something better.
I think someone mentioned knight takes h5 followed by rook a3, but obviously
I had not seen this move at all.
None of us saw it either. I think it was a computer move, just to try to. We don't even know that, so I don't know.
Okay, it's too much for me.
Yeah, especially at this time of day. So so
just decided to play more positional.
Yeah, sure.
So anyway, I think here I get my queen in. So here I was pretty happy already because I have some compensation for the pawn. And Peter told me after the game that he had missed it after king h6. He had missed that rook cd1 is really annoying with the threat of rook e5.
Okay. And if queen e7 there, then you have something nasty, do you?
Queen e7?
Oh, knight takes
knight h5. So he cannot defend both knights. But even so, maybe this was the best way to defend, because now he can play knight fd7, and we get exactly the same position in the game, I think, except for my rook is on d1, and on c1 it was much better because I could take the pawn on c7 in many positions.
Okay. So you were telling me quite a funny story actually earlier about the opening, because you played the opening.
Yeah.
And tell what happened, because you spoke to Peter about it, yeah?
Yeah, I played the opening, and I played some pretty new idea. At least I thought so, but then after the game, Peter told me that he had already analyzed this move 2 years ago, this idea.
Yeah, typical Peter, yes. You try to play a new idea, and he said, I looked at this 2 years ago, even though I don't really play chess anymore that much.
Yeah.
So, unbelievable. So, yeah.
It was just, he spent some time, but he told me it was only to decide which approach to take. So
which
yeah,
is
the more ambitious or more solid way.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good stuff. So, and then as the game develops, it seemed like you got a good position around here.
Yeah, here I win my pawn back and have a great attack. And also he was in a big time trouble, so he couldn't defend in the best way.
Sure.
Yeah, there were some things I was hoping. Maybe I was actually thinking about what will happen if he takes with the king here, because then I don't get the pawn. But it felt like it should be something good for me. Yeah, I didn't see it yet, but if he would have played it, I would have thought about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, like it went, I just won a pawn here, and there's not much attack, but the ending with a pawn up is just much better for me.
Yeah, and your pieces are very good here as well, aren't they? So you've got very good,
Yeah.
So. Well, so it was a good game. It was a great result. So congratulations, and obviously you've improved a lot since the first time I played you. Your rating's shot up, and I remember playing you some blitz games. I think where you crushed me as well.
So I don't remember about the in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam, in Amsterdam.
I played a lot of blitz there. I remember,
Yeah, lots of blitz. In this lovely cafe, actually.
Yeah,
so,
it's great. It's a great place.
It is. It was a great place, and of course, is it your great grandfather? Have I got that right?
Yeah, I'm not sure myself.
Okay. So, but one of your relatives has been Dutch champion as well.
Yeah, and his brother, both of them are 3 times Dutch champion.
Okay, so chess runs in your family.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Even though my father didn't play so much chess, but it seems like it got picked up again.
Yeah. That's great. And do you have like any sort of ambitions for the future? I mean, do you want to become world champion?
Probably that's a bit out of my reach, but I'll try to get as far as I can. I mean, 2,700 will be nice, and then I'll take it from there.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, still some steps to take to there, definitely. So
definitely, but I mean, you've got to keep playing like this. You'll be 2,700 in like about a month or something.
Yeah, but my opening preparation has to improve, like you saw.
Yeah, maybe a bit of openings, but you get there eventually, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us here, and we wish you the best of luck for the future as well. So
thank you.
Yeah, okay. Cheers, and we'll be back again in a minute just to round up the show, and we'll just swap Jordan for Fiona. So you keep tuned. See you again in a second. Welcome back. It was great having Jordan here on the show, and this is going to be the last part of our coverage of round 5. It's been a very exciting day today, Simon. I think it's been, without a shadow of doubt, the best day so far. We've had some great victories. It's been an orange day today. Can I say ginger? Not really. A day for Holland today. They've had some great results. Benjamin Bock played the game of the day, I think without a shadow of doubt, by defeating Hikaru. Yeah. Just was stunning play. Nothing to do with Hikaru.
And also, I mean, not just the game, also if you missed Benjamin's intervention on the show, do try and have a look at it, because it was just impressive to see all the lines he'd calculated.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I'm sure you can catch up with that somewhere. And then you had the young Jordan in here as well, who's just beaten someone who nearly became world champion. And he did it in some style, even though I think he's very modest, Jordan. For someone
both
so
of
young,
them were great.
Both of them lovely people. I mean, I know, like say, Jordan for a while played Blitzham. Don't know Benjamin so much, but Jordan is really, such a nice guy, and I hope he just continues to be as modest and as brilliant as he is in future, which I'm sure he will be. And we're really coming to the end now. The only game which could affect the standings, because if we do have a winner in Ilyanov versus Najdic, then they will be in first place, and the only person who's going to win this potentially
is White.
So we'll have a round up of this game before we leave you. And A6 played by Black, and this was the last position we looked at. Now King D3 was played, and now King F5. So it's really kind of like a waiting game here, I think. Size E5 is a good move. So both rooks are kind of tied up. So you're just kind of making manoeuvres with your king. So King E3 now. Well, that obviously we didn't comment that before, but it makes a lot of sense because you're simply just trying to go, I guess, at some moment F4. But the other idea, and an idea that David Howe mentioned earlier, is you might even go to sack a pawn at the right moment with Rook D3 and then get this guy in. But first and foremost, Black has to play a move here. And we've noticed this is a problem. Let's say he goes King E5.
Well, he did play King E5.
Now, there's an interesting idea here that's occurred to me. Can you now go for Zugzwang and play... can you go, I don't know, can you go G4? to try to go f4 next move. Maybe f4 straight away. I'm just wondering if this is a way to try to force things.
But also, what is black going to do?
That's the thing. I think you might.
Black needs a move first.
You don't really. If you play A5,
I think if you play.
Whoa, horrible.
Can I just bring my king over?
Over the rainbow.
I just wanted to go and I can't. I don't believe in this.
I don't believe it either. I don't know if g4 is the right move. Can we do some? I think he's trying to do what we call triangulation with the king to try and force a bad square. What if I just go f4 as well? Maybe this is sensible.
I quite like g4 at first sight, but okay, let's have a look at f4.
So g4, I'll move the king, but then your king comes.
But if you move the king, then I'll just go down. Okay,
let's try king e6.
And now if I go king e4, you want to go b5?
I want to go b5 now against this. I was hoping, the way I wanted to do this was go f4 and try to create a passed pawn eventually, even if I lose c4, because if you win c4, you get double pawns. So my idea is to go here, you take this one. You have to really play b5 at some moment.
And just go g5?
And then, or king g5 might be a little bit more accurate here. Yeah. This is the kind of way you can try to win this position, certainly. I mean, it's going to go on for a long time, and I'm going to be eating some dinner by the time it's finished, hopefully, so we won't hang around with that one. I will predict a win for Ilyanov there, but it's going to be maybe good drawing chances.
It's going to be a very instructive endgame, I think.
Yeah.
Right, so let's have a look at today's results.
And they'll be coming up shortly. And remember, Shirov had a buy today because he wanted to eat at a different restaurant. That was actually the official reasoning, and we won't go into that story again, but bizarre. So, okay, now, the only person who could face Shirov, as we see, could be Pavel Ilyanov if he wins, because Shirov, actually the buys worked out very well for him, because it doesn't look like, he might still be first on his own if that game we just looked at was a draw. But if Ilyanov does win, he will have to play Shirov. And one other result.
Unless he takes a bye.
Unless Ilyanov takes a bye. Yeah, so everyone have a bye. And what about the other results there?
Yeah, so we had some very nice games. Caruana looked pretty... I was going to say flawless, effortless. Yeah. I mean, it was tricky, but I think Fabiano, in hindsight, was always in control there. Yeah. So it was a nice victory for top seed Caruana. Then Benjamin Book, we had him in the studio. I said it, I'll say it again, arguably the game of the day, overcoming Nakamura with the black pieces. Then a game that wasn't quite as exciting was the draw between Niels Gandelius and Mickey Adams. Jordan van Forest, he was just in the studio less than half an hour, 10 minutes ago. A very nice win against Peter Leko. Then Vidit against Lalith, we saw this as well. Then a couple of draws there. And then another nice game, Max Illingworth, who was the first decisive result of the day, at least on the live boards. And yeah, that's about it. And Julio, unfortunately, we had a look at that. He did lose, was a piece down.
Yeah, so it was best day chess so far. Yeah. And we should say we're just over the halfway mark, but we've got 4 more days left.
I think it's just going to get better and better.
Only going to get better, yeah. And any last words, Fiona?
Not really.
No? Okay, fair enough. Just leave it at that then. We won't even bother saying bye then.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you, bye. Off for you guys.
No, well, as every day, thank you very much for watching us, of course. Thank you for interacting with us on the chat, on Twitter. The next couple of days, if you want to get in touch, #IOMChess, and we're looking forward to tomorrow, to all the last 4 rounds. I think it's going to be excellent. And it's been a pleasure. So thank you to all of you guys. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone.
That was overkill there, didn't you? That was a quick little finish. Thank you to the Isle of Man. Thank you to the people down the cafe.
Thank you.
Thank you to the people who serve us.
Absolutely.
Been a lovely day.
Tomorrow, same place, same time, 1:30 p.m. local time. That's Greenwich.
Greenwich Mean Time, or British Sum Time, if it still is some time. I don't know.
You'll figure it out. Same time as usual. We're looking forward. Peter is telling us, helping us out. 5:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. New York, 2:30 p.m. Central European Time. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you for watching, and see you. I just said that. Just use.
Say it again. I'm enjoying this.
See you tomorrow. Have a lovely night.
It's the Blitz chess match the world has been waiting for. Hikaru Nakamura versus Magnus Carlsen. The Grandmaster Blitz Battle Championship reaches its thrilling conclusion on October 27th, where after 6 months of epic online battles, the two pre-tournament favorites find themselves as the last two men standing. Four-time U.S. champion Hikaru Nakamura reached the finale, first by beating India's Pantala Harikrishna in a one-sided bullet affair, before he beat Maxime Vachier-Lagrave with one of the most accurate blitz chess sessions we've ever recorded for online play. But world champion Magnus Carlsen was no less impressive on his road. First, beating qualified GM Tigran Petrosian with a dominant and record-setting 21-4 score, before destroying reigning World Blitz champion Sasha Grishik in the bullet chess games, perhaps sending a message to Nakamura that their bullet games will not be a one-sided affair. The Grandmaster Blitz Battle Championship has been brought to you by PeopleTalk.ru, Buron Venture Capital, and Indigo Capital Partners. And the finals match on October 27th, set for 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, can be viewed live at chess.com/TV, twitch.tv/chess, as well as numerous other foreign language portals. These two Blitz chess titans will battle it out for the better part of the $11,000 cash prize just for this final 3-hour chess match. With the entire world watching, the only question left is, who do you think will win? It's the Blitz chess match the world has been waiting for. Hikaru Nakamura versus Magnus Carlsen. The Grandmaster Blitz Battle Championship reaches its thrilling conclusion on October 27th, where after 6 months of epic online battles, the two pre-tournament favorites find themselves as the last two men standing. Four-time U.S. champion Hikaru Nakamura reached the finale, first by beating India's Pantala Harikrishna in a one-sided bullet affair, before he beat Maxime Vachier-Lagrave with one of the most accurate blitz chess sessions we've ever recorded for online play. But world champion Magnus Carlsen was no less impressive on his road. First, beating qualified GM Tigran Petrosian with a dominant and record-setting 21-4 score, before destroying reigning World Blitz champions.
Triangulation with the king to try and force a bad square. What if I just go f4 as well? Maybe this is sensible.
I quite like g4 at first sight, but okay, let's have a look at f4.
So g4, I'll move the king, but then your king comes.
But if you move the king, then I'll
just
go
down.
Okay,
let's try king e6.
And now if I go king e4, you want to go b5?
I want to go b5 now against this. I was hoping, the way I wanted to do this was go f4 and try to create a passed pawn eventually, even if I lose c4, because if you win c4, you get double pawns. So my idea is to go here, you take this one. You have to really play b5 at some moment.
And just go g5?
And then, or king g5 might be a little bit more accurate here. Yeah. This is the kind of way you can try to win this position, certainly. I mean, it's going to go on for a long time, and I'm going to be eating some dinner by the time it's finished, hopefully, so we won't hang around with that one. I will predict a win for Ilyanov there, but it's going to be maybe good drawing chances.
It's going to be a very instructive endgame, I think.
Yeah.
Right, so let's have a look at today's results.
Okay. And they'll be coming up shortly. And remember, Shirov had a bye today because he wanted to eat at a different restaurant. That was actually the official reasoning. And we won't go into that story again, but bizarre. So, okay, now, the only person who could face Shirov, as we see, could be Pavel Ilyanov if he wins, because Shirov, actually the buys worked out very well for him, because it doesn't look like, he might still be first on his own if that game we just looked at was a draw, but if Ilyanov does win, he will have to play Shirov, and one other result.
Unless he takes a bye.
Unless Ilyanov takes a bye. Yeah, so everyone have a bye. And what about the other results there?
Yeah, so we had some very nice games. Caruana looked pretty, I was going to say flawless, effortless.
Yeah.
I mean, it was tricky, but I think Fabiano, in hindsight, was always in control there. Yeah. So it was a nice victory for top seed Caruana. Then Benjamin Book, we had him in the studio. I said it, I'll say it again, arguably the game of the day, overcoming Nakamura with the black pieces. Then a game that wasn't quite as exciting was the draw between Niels Candelius and Mickey Adams. Jordan van Foreest, he was just in the studio less than half an hour, 10 minutes ago. A very nice win against Peter Leko. Then Vidit against Lalith, we saw this as well. Then a couple of draws there. And then another nice game, Max Illingworth, who was the first decisive result of the day, at least on the live boards. And yeah, that's about it. And Julio, unfortunately, we had a look at that. He did lose, was a piece down.
Yeah, so it was best day chess so far.
Yeah.
And we should say we're just over the halfway mark, but we've got 4 more days left.
I think it's just going to get better and better.
Only going to get better, yeah. And any last words, Fiona?
Not really.
No? Okay, fair enough. Just leave it at that then. We won't even bother saying bye then.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you, bye. Off for you guys.
No, well, as every day, thank you very much for watching us, of course. Thank you for interacting with us on the chat, on Twitter. The next couple of days, if you want to get in touch, #IOMChess, and we're looking forward to tomorrow, to all the last 4 rounds. I think it's going to be excellent. And it's been a pleasure. So thank you to all of you guys. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone.
That was overkill there, didn't you? That was a quick little finish. Thank you to the Isle of Man. Thank you to the people down the cafe.
Thank you.
Thank you to the people who serve us.
Absolutely.
Been a lovely day.
Tomorrow, same place, same time, 1:30 p.m. local time. That's Greenwich
Mean Time, or British Some Time, if it still is some time. I don't know.
You'll figure it out. Same time as usual. We're looking forward. Peter is helping us out. 5:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. New York, 2:30 p.m. Central European Time. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Thank you for watching, and see you. I just said that. Just you.
Say it again. I'm enjoying this.
See you tomorrow. Have a lovely night.
It's the Blitz chess match the world has been waiting for. Hikaru Nakamura versus Magnus Carlsen. The Grandmaster Blitz Battle Championship reaches its thrilling conclusion on October 27th, where after 6 months of epic online battles, the 2 pre-tournament favorites find themselves as the last 2 men standing. 4-time U.S. champion Hikaru Nakamura reached the finale, first by beating India's Pantala Harikrishna in a one-sided bullet affair, before he beat Maxime Vachier-Lagrave with one of the most accurate blitz chess sessions we've ever recorded for online play. But world champion Magnus Carlsen was no less impressive on his road. First, beating qualified GM Tigran Petrosian with a dominant and record-setting 21-4 score, before destroying reigning World Blitz champion Sasha Grishik in the bullet chess games, perhaps sending a message to Nakamura that their bullet games will not be a one-sided affair. The Grandmaster Blitz Battle Championship has been brought to you by PeopleTalk.ru, Buron Venture Capital, and Indigo Capital Partners. And the finals match on October 27th, set for 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, can be viewed live at chess.com/TV, twitch.tv/chess, as well as numerous other foreign language portals. These 2 Blitz chess titans will battle it out for the better part of the $11,000 cash prize just for this final 3-hour chess match. With the entire world watching, the only question left is, who do you think will win? It's the Blitz chess match the world has been waiting for. Hikaru Nakamura versus Magnus Carlsen. The Grandmaster Blitz Battle Championship reaches its thrilling conclusion on October 27th, where after 6 months of epic online battles, the 2 pre-tournament favorites find themselves as the last 2 men standing. 4-time U.S. champion Hikaru Nakamura reached the finale, first by beating India's Pantala Harikrishna in a one-sided bullet affair, before he beat Maxime Vachier-Lagrave with one of the most accurate blitz chess sessions we've ever recorded for online play. But world champion Magnus Carlsen was no less impressive on his road. First, beating qualified GM Tigran Petrosian with a dominant and record-setting 21-4 score, before destroying reigning World Blitz champion Sasha Grishik in the bullet chess games, perhaps sending a message to Nakamura that their bullet games will not be a one-sided affair. The Grandmaster Blitz Battle Championship has been brought to you by PeopleTalk.ru, Buron Venture Capital,